Hello everyone, welcome to your November pick a card reading. My name is Afton and I am Monty's tarot child. Here on my channel I do pick a card readings like the one that we have here today. And for you I have 4 piles picked out. One of these 4 piles is holding the most divine message for you in regards to your November. This is going to be a very in-depth reading. I'm going to be touching a few different decks. So I just want you to take a moment to pause and meditate on which one of these 4 piles is going to hold the most in-depth and accurate message for you for your month of November. And I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. You chose this beautiful clear quartz tumbled stone, and I'm going to get right into your reading. Before we get to the cards, I do want to start off with some angel numbers, pull off a few of them from this bowl here, just to see the energy that is around you this November. And then of course we're going to put these to the side and we'll touch on these a little bit later in your reading as well with the angel number oracle deck that we have for you as well. So I'm just going to pull a few just to see what energy is around you. Also looking at your zodiac energy, the astrological energy around you, and also if there are any initials or letters that stand out to you for this November as well. So just a few. That is more than a few. Okay, those are the ones I wanted to take. I specifically also wanted to take Scorpio too, since it was in my hand, and we are recording this during Scorpio season, and most of November is for the Scorpios as well. So you could be a Scorpio, know a Scorpio, or have that heavily in your natal chart. We also have Leo energy here. So you could be a Leo, have heavy Leo in your natal chart. We have 1212 as a number that you could be seeing frequently this month for November. We have I think this is Z. We have the initial letter Z. We have the initial letter X. Okay. The initial letter B and G. And we also have the initial letter W. So these could also be important for you in the month of November. And we're going to keep that to the side. The major astrology that was there was Scorpio and Leo, and then 1212 as well. So I want to look at the overall theme. Yeah, I'm going to look at the overall theme of your November first. Getting into your reading, and then we're going to look and see what else the rest of the Oracle and Tarot has to say. Okay, so we have trust coming out for you in November. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Wow, so you are definitely... you're coming into a big moment for yourself in November. It could be one specific moment or just overall where you are learning and adapting to trusting your inner voice. This is something that let's be honest, we all struggle with it. We all struggle with letting ourselves be guided by the unknown at times, and just really trusting our own instincts naturally. So this is something that is heavily picking up for you in the month of November. You could be making a lot of intuitive decisions in the month of November, wanting to not just test it out, but to get acquainted with your intuition. Your inner voice is what is also called. Knowing that, your inner voice, your intuition has led you thus far, has gotten you through many things and to many places, many different experiences in your life. And, all of those things have created you as the person who you are today. So really trusting and accepting the things that are occurring throughout November as divine happenings, because you have literally been guided there intentionally and with purpose. So I'm going to look and see what else we are learning to trust here in the Oracle. We have the Seeker, wisdom, experience, evolution. Absolutely. And then, of course, we have the Sagittarius energy with this card here. Number 51 as well. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll get into that. And we have communication, integrity, alignment, expression. Wow. That is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So definitely a communicative time for you in the month of November, you'll be talking a lot, communicating a lot with others, and even not just human people, also communication within the spiritual realm as well. Receiving a lot of downloads, receiving a lot of information from spirit in regards to literally all of the decisions that you have to make. I feel like this is a very intuitive month for you in general, just because it's at the center, and we also have this alignment aspect as well, just continuously being in alignment. I also am noticing that this person's throat chakra is being highlighted as well. So just using your voice, knowing and connecting with that that power that you have within your throat chakra. Maybe that has sometimes been hidden, maybe it has sometimes been stifled. The throat, chakra not being open, being very closed, and not feeling very connected to others because of this lack of communication. This is something that is opening up for you in November. With integrity, you will know how and when to speak. Sometimes some speech is just not worth it. Knowing the difference between those two things, knowing that when you are being called to speak on something, to express something that is important to you, then it is important to do so. Again, a part of that trusting aspect, knowing that you're not saying things for no reason, that you're not saying things to not be heard. Just realizing that what you say is important, how you say it is important. Your speech does have an impact on your life. I think that this is a lot of wisdom that you are picking up on, that you are becoming aware of because of this. You're opening up your third eye chakra as well, along with your throat chakra, and really gaining a new eternal kind of wisdom, a spiritual wisdom is what I feel like, especially with the Sagittarius energy here. This is also something that could be like heavily evolving for you during this month. Excuse the noise in the background too, if you can hear it. But this is absolutely something that is evolving for you, is your spiritual knowledge, knowing. I feel like you're going to be very clear, cognizant in your actions, knowing that just because you cannot see the outcome, which is less important than the journey itself anyway, doesn't mean that the things that you're trying to experience or make happen is not going to. You are the seeker for a reason this month. You will be seeking and also finding. Sometimes the seeker can go home empty-handed, but that is not, again, the outcome is not as important as the journey itself. So even if I don't know where this message is coming from, but even if you feel as if you've gone out scavenging and you're coming back empty-handed, there's still a certain level of knowledge that you are bringing back as well. And sometimes that's almost as important as the thing that you feel as if you should have been bringing back in the first place. So basically, bottom line is that every experience will hold a lesson for you this month. You will be able to learn from things. You will be able to experience things and gain a new perspective as well. Again, just trusting in all of these things that are occurring, knowing that they are very valuable happenings for you this month that will lead you to feeling more knowledgeable, more secure in your own self in order to express your true self, and to express the evolution that you're also going through at this time. So I want to take a look at the Chakra Wisdom Oracle, just to look at which chakra is specifically being highlighted for you, even though we work with all of them in tandem. So you have the second chakra, the sacral chakra, and this is in regards to your sensuality. I encourage myself to express my sensuality and emotions creatively using all of my faculties, including touch, voice, and actions, and creative abilities such as art, craft, music, acting, cooking, gardening, and writing. I practice being aware of and enjoying my senses being nourished and stimulated by the natural world, such as by landscapes, people, weather, animals, aromas, and sounds. And so I feel like this is like a perfect month for you for this to come out. It's very connected to your senses, which the fall is all about that. We love the smells, we love the sound of the falling leaves and how they scatter across concrete. We love all these different things that happens during the fall, even though, this is the time that I'm recording it, but this could be, this is your November, so I'm pretty sure we're just going to stick with the autumnal vibes for you, and really just embracing this season of death and rebirth. Fall is always, highlighted as beautiful, but we also have to look at it for what it is, all of the sensualities that happen within this, season, and really connecting to the things outside of ourselves. So that's definitely going to be a very important chakra for you to be highlighted this month, just grounding yourself in, your sensuality and your pleasure. Just going towards things that bring you full pleasure, where you feel like fully expressive of yourself and your true nature, where you feel like you can trust doing so and being in that state, in that space, and knowing that, this is divine happenings. You are meant to be connected to yourself in that way, connected to spirit in a sensual way, even as well, because it's like a very intimate connection that you are building your relationship with spirit in the month of November. So definitely embracing that, embodying that, communicating your needs also with spirit, openly, expressively, knowing and trusting that what you need will come to you. So let's look at one more oracle. We have the essential oil oracle, and this is adaptable. The keyword is liberated. Trigger statement: what happens next? True statement: I am divinely connected. Dear soul, please remember that you never walk alone, which is why I happen to mention that relationship with spirit, because it's like you are absolutely connected. You are not alone. And even when in the month of November you're looking around trying to figure out what is next for me, like what feels like my next move, my next step that should be made, what feels right, trusting that, again, when you ask, spirit will, when you seek, spirit will provide. So when you seek that answer to that question, you may not see it right away, but there will be a clear knowing and almost intuitive movement within you towards what it is that is supposed to be, being enacted in your life. I do want to point out that I shuffled these off camera just to prepare for this reading in general, and you had the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. To me, this signifies that you are looking to change your perspective on things. You're looking to free yourself from restraints, from mental limitations, and to embrace more of a freedom, of a free, trusting kind of mind, and more open mind to the possibilities that are presented in your life. And all of these things are flying out. So we have the Tower and the Seven of Cups that flew out to the side. Give me 1 second. So this is beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is the vice versa tarot. So this is the back end of that card, and this is the Tower. I believe the Tower comes before the Chariot, which is why the Chariot archetypes are symbolized here in this one. But you are preparing for a change in November that is happening to a foundation that was not stable for you. Something was left that made you feel like insecure, not stable. You have a lot of different options that are coming in to replace this said restructuring, and the trust is where it comes in heavily. Trusting that you do actually have better options, that you do actually, you can change your mind, is what this feels like. Being free to change your mind, which we can also see in the Eight of Swords is a difficulty. It can be a difficulty for people to feel free to change their mind. They feel very settled, very stuck in one kind of mindset. So, but the seeker, we are always looking for new opportunities in the seeker, knowing that when there is a reconstruction, destruction of some sort of foundation that we thought that we believed in, it's for a reason. It's for evolution to take place, because it cannot happen in said atmosphere right now. It has to take place within a new foundation, within a new structure. Wow, the Fool, and it ended up bouncing off and going in reverse, so we'll keep it as that, because I do feel like there is some hesitation for you in any new beginnings, just because, you know, I feel like you have a hard time with changing your mind, or allowing yourself to change your mind, because the thoughts are there, right? It's just you enacting on them, which is why the Tower has the Chariot also depicted in it. It's like, yes, I'm ready for the change. I embrace the change, but am I moving forward towards it? And the Fool in reverse says there's still some hesitations. We had the Six of Pentacles pop out. It was more so reversed, so I'm going to keep it as such right now. We do have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is what I want to make note of. So the Six of Pentacles in reverse could come out a few different ways for you this month, rather than, you know, being so much for others, giving so much to others. I think this is a time for you to discover your destiny, your purpose. Sometimes we can't do that solely focus on another and what we are able to do for them or with them, especially with the Fool being in reverse. It is definitely, it's not time yet for something, but yet something is still an opportunity, a possibility for you to start new. There's still something that must be reflected on in November. It could be around your material lifestyle, how much, you know, you give to others, and how that can sometimes be a difficulty for you. This may also be something that you are trying to move out of mentally as well, a mindset or a habit of taking care without reflecting for yourself or taking care of yourself. Spirit will definitely be sending you many messages of this, but we also have, I believe this is the Knight of Swords in reverse. So definitely having like swift ideas pop up for you, being very imaginative, but also not necessarily knowing how to communicate these ideas, not knowing how to exact them in some certain kind of way that you are, oh wait, no. This is a Page of Swords, because this is the Knight of Swords. Aha. We have found clarity. And the Two of Pentacles also at the other side of the deck. So Page of Swords in reverse. We, again, still a hard time of communicating our needs, our wants, what we would like to learn about, what we are curious about. Maybe also a bit of fear around our curiosity as well, because sometimes our curiosity has caused us more trouble than we felt it has been worth in some instances. But knowing that you have the opportunity to choose again, knowing that you have an opportunity to start again as well, is going to be very important for you in the month of November. This allows you to trust. This allows you to feel safe and open towards new possibilities and not feel so closed off or limited. Just knowing that you have options, aligned options, but being very adaptable in the way that these things come up as well, since we have the adaptability card too. And that is also, again, what the Seeker is about as well, as being very adaptable in communication and situations and things like that, being very open to the differences that occur when restructuring is happening. So I'm going to look at an angel number message for you for the month of November. I'm going to look even more into this and make sure that I'm not missing anything from, too many. Many. We had 888, 333, and 111 pop out, but I'm gonna try that one more time and get a more precise shuffle. Anywho, yeah, we found it then. It popped right out. We have 777. Your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose, a state of peace and calmness in your soul. I am in the flow. That's so funny because literally, you remember I was saying that everything is a part of your purpose. Everything has a purpose. 24 at the bottom of the deck here. We have, you have a heart of gold and are very skilled at maintaining balanced, stable relationships. You are loyal to your loved ones and are able to be the nurturer, protector, and provider all at once. I am generous. And that's absolutely you. That's why it's at the bottom of the deck. You are very, I can see, very generous with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Sometimes that is what stops the flow. That does not mean that it does not have a purpose, but it redirects the flow in a different direction. And with this restructuring, you will be able to find a nice balanced, stable relationships where you're able to give and receive, okay? This may be something that you're heavily trying to work on, being open to receiving, being, balanced and generous in your giving. But right now, your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. So in November, you are definitely you're coming into contact with your purpose, with your divine reasoning. You may not see the full-fledged picture of it, and that is okay. We don't always get a full, a full 4K picture of what it is that we are developing into. If that does not still mean that, the changes aren't beautiful. So if you see a new opportunity that you actually may be very interested in, that may pique your curiosity in November, know that there is a restructuring happening in order for those new beginnings to appear. One is going to absolutely come before the other. You're going to have a lot of realizations about, how you've restricted yourself from pleasure, how you have restrained yourself from, being a large receiver. You're going to learn about that. You could also be learning a lot about your natal chart and how that shows up for you within your natal chart as well, because we have the moon and Mercury and Venus and Mars and Saturn and Jupiter here on the back of the Six of Pentacles cape, suggesting that all of these planets, all of this energetic combustion is combined into making this one being, and that is you. Pile number 1, you are the one being that all of the cosmos have come together to make up specifically and beautifully. And you're learning a lot about that in November, and how, sometimes your mind can get in the way. Like, you can really hold yourself. And as soon as we come into certain realizations, the swiftness of our ideas and thoughts, we get to be able to move back into action, confident action. We have also a divine feather message for you this November. White turkey, the power to heal the earth is within you. Absolutely. And it starts from within yourself. You are definitely doing a lot of healing, a lot of chakra healing, I feel, as well, with the blending of the colors here. A lot of, you could be involved with Reiki, getting some Reiki done this month as well. But the power to heal the earth is within you. We see it in the Six of Pentacles. We even see it in the tenaciousness of the Page of Swords, even though it is in reverse, even though the Fool is in reverse. These are just signifying a pause in energy as we address the thing that is happening right at the center, the tower moment, the beautiful tower moment that will be going on in your life. Again, absolutely nothing to fear, because we know that restructuring is detrimental to our evolution. I'm going to pull a few inner child cards for you, pile number 1, for the month of November, because that is the energy that I think that we will be heavily working with in November. And we got 3. So I'm going to do those. Bottom of the deck, past, you felt disappointed. Now you show up for yourself and obtain your healthy desires, wants, and needs. Yes, the disappointment was in the 6 of Pentacles when we would give and we would give, and then see in return that giving energy either came with stipulations or just was not reciprocated in the most healthy way. So we are learning about that in the past, how, you know, our inner child had suffered. It had suffered from disappointment. And so now we are able to give to ourselves today, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, healthy desires, wants, and needs. That is what is coming in this restructuring for you in the month of November. We also have past. You felt vulnerable and alone. Now you understand your emotions, the power in your thoughts, and the self-love needed not to feel alone. Wow. I really want to read that again. Okay. Past. In the past, you felt vulnerable and alone. But now you understand your emotions. The power in your thoughts, and the self-love needed not to feel alone. So in November, you're absolutely not feeling alone whatsoever, not with yourself and not with spirit. You are, very understanding of the emotions that come up, even if it feels like loneliness. You're going to be looking deeper into that, and looking at the power of your thoughts and, how powerful they have been in the past and how powerful they can be now, but for a very different reason. In the past, you were terrified and scared. Now you are safe and protected. Trust it. Trust that you are safe. Trust that you are protected. Trust that you are in the flow of spiritual divine workings, and that you will land on your feet amongst this Tower moment. In the past, you felt ignored. Now you give yourself all the self-love and attention that you need. So much self-love is coming for you in November. So much self-love. It's going to feel very whole and complete to you. It's not going to feel like what people nowadays describe self-love as. It's going to feel like you are nourished. You are not being ignored. You actually have a really good time with yourself. It's something that you have absolutely wanted, is to feel more comfortable just being with yourself, not feeling alone, not feeling abandoned or terrified that you are alone, but knowing that you are safe, protected, you are very loved and cared for, and that you have a lot of power within you. You have a lot of power within you that has been needing to be nurtured this whole time, needing to be recognized this whole time. But it is very much so real. Your power is real. You have a lot of options, a lot of possibilities and capabilities. Even though now is not the time for you to focus on those things, it is just for you to focus on you and the desires and the needs that you need. So, pile number 1. Wow. I really hope that you enjoyed this in-depth November pick a card reading. It's absolutely beautiful. You're going to have an amazing month. Let me know. Come back down and comment down below how the month is going for you. And I will see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your November pick a card reading. You chose the beautiful carnelian tumbled stone. And I'm going to put this right to the corner for us to get started on your reading. And before we do get started, I'm going to pull a few of the handwritten zodiac, angel number, and initial messages that I have here. And then we'll get even further into these messages later with the other angel number oracle deck that I have for you guys. So I'm just going to pull a few. I'm not going to pull too many. I want to make sure they're all mixed up. Okay, maybe, yeah. So, your initial letter could be Q. Okay. We have the angel number 555 that you could be seeing a lot or will see a lot in November. We have Scorpio. Okay. We are in Scorpio season as I'm recording. We have the letter initial A and the letter initial M. Okay, so these could all be important to you this month or in the month of November when you're watching this, whenever. This energy could be important for you. And I'm going to put it right to the side here. And let's now look at the overall energy of your November, and then we'll get into the rest of the oracle. So we have growth. Ooh, that is gorgeous. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Beautiful. So this is your focus for the month of November, is on your consciousness and your awareness. That is a beautiful state to be in. That is a beautiful kind of focus to have, knowing that you can balance yourself between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, but you're more so focused on the culmination of the two, reaching the spiritual realm in order to have this state of growth on the physical realm as well, and vice versa. So you are very curious in expanding your consciousness. You want to know more. You want to become more aware of, I feel like I'm hearing gifts and talents. So possibly of your gifts and talents, or of the things that are growing within you. Yes. So let's look even further into the oracle for this one. We have inspiration, stimulation, mastery, creative flow. Wow. You guys are going to have a beautiful month. Stimulation, mastery, and creative flow. And we have resilience, strength, willpower, and momentum. Wow. The beautiful and powerful carnelian pile. You guys have definitely chosen the energy correctly. You are going to have a lot of passionate energy this month, and it's going to be in regards to your creativity, to your creative flow. This is really a beautiful reading. You're going to feel very inspired in the month of November to create things. And of course, not letting the things that have happened in the past hold you back. Becoming very resilient, becoming very determined is also what I'm feeling like in this aspect of growth, in this aspect of wanting to expand your consciousness, wanting to experience, wanting to learn, wanting to know. Feeling very stimulated by the outer world, but also like the upper world. Wanting also to have a sense of mastery in the things that you are doing, creating, and being a part of. So a lot of you could be studying a lot in the month of November, just gaining more knowledge. It could be a lot of spiritual knowledge as well, I'm feeling like. So higher learning about different occults, different cultures, astrology, things that are broad and can lead you to a lot of different information is something that you're very curious about in November, and absolutely being in the creative flow. So when you are receiving all of this inspirational stuff, but also like putting it down. So a lot of you could also be writers. What is the word? Automatic writing as well is what I feel like. Keeping journals near you, or some kind of tracking device so that you can track your thoughts and your ideas, the things that you want to do and experience, and then, get to them when you can. Not, exceeding the momentum that you have, not exceeding the energy that you have for certain things, just being very in the moment. Oh, I have the energy for this, so I'm going to do this. Oh, I have the energy for that, so I'm going to do that. It's a very easygoing time, I feel like, as well with these cards here. Like with the resilience, it's not hard. This is not something that you're having to do that's hard necessarily. It's more so enjoyable, like working out. Some people really do enjoy working out, the feelings afterwards, the reward and the pain of working out, knowing that your body is expanding and doing things that it hasn't done before. That is very rewarding to others. So The willpower, the resilience that you exude in the month of November will not be a bad kind of painful. It'll be a I just got back from the gym kind of painful, and I'm feeling really proud of my body. That is only metaphor that I clearly had for that one, but I feel as if that even has piqued a bit of your inspiration. So definitely leaning into the things that pique your interest, that spark growth within you, that spark a want or a need to grow within you, and never holding your consciousness or your awareness back, never hiding your curiosity in order to settle for the curiosity of others and wherever their curiosity leads them. Being very authentic, showing great willpower and being your unique self, moving in that energy is something that you're absolutely interested in growing in the month of November. And I'm seeing that being enacted out. Like you actually have an opportunity to really go after what it is that you want in the month of November in regards to your creativity, in regards to the things that you actually want to become a master at, that you would love. You're hearing even like if you would want to incorporate it into your career somehow as well. So for some of you, that is very much so ideal. But I also want to look at the Chakra Wisdom Oracle and see which chakra is being heavily highlighted here. I feel like it's a lot of heart and a lot of root sacral energy, even solar and third eye. You have a lot going on, even some throat chakra, I will say as well. But I want to look at the soul main chakra that is going to be highlighted here, even though these all do work in tandem together. So you have the root chakra, the base, and this is all around your independence. I know what my needs are and I actively pursue them, knowing that I will be guided and provided for when I put in the effort. And that's exactly what this card looks like. It's like, I know it, so I'm going to go. And I'm going to go get it. And I'm going to be very strong in my pursuit of it because I know that this is divinely meant for me. That's absolutely what you're feeling like in the month of November. And it is absolutely being encouraged by spirit. I open myself to all possibilities and participate fully in life. I use my imagination and my vision to initiate what I wish for, and I pursue it. I am not waiting to be rescued. I am not a victim. I am strong. Again, another message of your strength, of your tenacity, of your willpower, of your imaginative action, just really driving you in the month of November. We're going to have a lot of Aries energy, Mars, a lot of Mars energy, which is Aries and Scorpio, I believe. It co-rules over Scorpio with Pluto. Mars does. So a lot of that energy driving you forward, pushing you forward, sparking your inspiration, your imagination, moving you towards fulfillment. This is just, it feels like great fulfillment. It feels like going after something that you've really been wanting it and then getting it. And that is feeding your growth in the month of November. We also have lemon eucalyptus. The keyword is sovereignty. Trigger statement, what will they think? True statement, I navigate through life with ease. Now you must claim your energetic independence. Cut the cords to lower vibrations. It is time to ascend. That's absolutely what we're talking about in regards to, doing things the way that other people would say it should be done, instead of doing things in the way that you really want to do them. So it's time to cut the cords to lower energy that is not receptive to your higher frequency. Continue to keep moving towards the things that do receive you and receive you well. And don't think about what other people are thinking, because it doesn't matter. And speaking of, it doesn't matter what other people are thinking. For the tarot, you had 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And of course, we see it from a different perspective in this deck. This is normally the viewpoint that we can receive of the 9 of Swords. Or no. This is the front. This is the front of the 9 of Swords. And this is the perspective that we normally cannot see. And so there is some shadowy figure, and this is all subconscious now. There is some shadowy figure that is consuming your thoughts. It could be an actual person, or it could just be our thoughts, fears, and doubts just clouded up in our mind and consuming what it is that is trying to actually be creatively expressed here. So in the month of November, I see that you are cutting the cords to this lower vibrational energy. And I feel like, yes, at the bottom of the deck, you had the moon. So definitely, or underneath that, you had the moon. So definitely being aware of your emotional state at this time and how it connects to your mental state and how that derives and directs your thoughts. It feels as if you're like in a cycle here, and now you're going to realize that you're in a cycle and then veer off, which is kind of what the Mars symbol does. It is like a circle with an arrow saying, I am moving out of this cycle. I am moving away from this structured path into a different direction that is more aligned for me. So now you must claim your energetic independence. You are gaining a lot of independence in the month of November. It is something that may be frightening, but also thrilling for you. So embracing that, talk about embracing it. And the moon literally just wanted to be out for you so badly that it popped out. So we're going to keep it, the moon, and we have the Three of Wands, embracing our emotional state and allowing ourselves to be guided. The Three of Wands can talk about, and then we have Nine of Swords again at the bottom of the deck. And I want this version of it because it is important for you here. Let's talk. Okay. So, something is consuming your mind or has been consuming your mind. I feel like in November, these things are going to be more so addressed than anything. It can be, again, through an emotional conversation that you have or just a very deep internal look with yourself. And you're gonna be taking inventory, taking a look at what has been feeding this energy even as well, and then how we can stop it from feeding that energy. What can we actually put our energy towards that would be more productive, be more healthy, be more helpful in our growing stage? This is going to be a lot of shadow work, a lot of internal work for you with the moon here and growth being at the center. Just really focus on, yes, growing your consciousness, expanding your awareness of yourself and of how you interact with other people as well. With the women eucalyptus there, what will they think? Why does that matter? Is what the moon is asking us. Why does it matter what they think? Why do we care? Does it mean that we don't trust what it is that we see intuitively? So we have to gain some kind of, not validation, but confirmation. The Tower, it came out kind of sideways. It came out kind of upside down. So when I take it in reverse, there is a challenging transition happening for you in the month of November. It will feel like you are hesitating. It will feel as if that Mars energy doesn't exist and that it's not here to help you. And also, this is so interesting, we now have the Eight of Swords, which also came out for the last pile. In case you were interested in watching that may be a tie in between energies that you're feeling. But with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, it's talking a lot about restriction, a lot about mental disorder, just not clarity in thought or mind, being very unclear, also being very uncertain. But with us looking at it from this viewpoint, this is saying and signaling to me that you are ready and being more open to freedom of thought, is what pile number 1 is also going through. But this transition is not yet ready within your life. I don't feel like. I think there's a lot of emotional work that is to be looked at, a lot of emotional growth to be stimulated first. And also, a lot of your inspiration to still be discovered. There's a lot of discovery within this Mars energy, within this resilience. There's a lot of discovering that still needs to be happen, still needs to occur. A lot of discovery around your independence, around your ability to set yourself free from this Eight of Swords and from this turmoil within the Nine of Swords as well. And it doesn't have to be like a whole bunch of like really bad thoughts or anything like that, but it could just be a doubt in yourself, and that is more than enough. At the bottom of the deck, you do have the Hermit card, meaning that November is going to be a time of solitude for you, and I definitely see that in these cards also depicted here. This person's sitting by themselves and this person's walking by themselves. So whether you are in stillness or in action, you will be in solitude. It will be important for you to be in solitude, and to seek that at every chance that you get, because in solitude, growth is going to occur. It's going to happen. It's going to take place. You're going to realize a lot about yourself this month, a lot about your emotions, the decisions that you make and why you make them. And it's going to absolutely, make a new, pathway for you, I feel, as well. With the Three of Wands, it's like a potential possibility here. So definitely looking future forward, not being so worried about what has happened in the past, how you've held yourself back, quite possibly, how things have not gone out the way that you've planned. Even though the Tower is here to teach us many beautiful lessons, it's not as terrifying as it looks, as it appears, as it feels. You will come through this transition, when it does occur, with resilience, with a sense of mastery, because you will have been going through this. And I forgot to mention, you have the 555, the number of change. So change is happening for you all November. It's something that absolutely should be embraced, but maybe a bit scary for you at this moment, maybe a bit unclear for you how to do so. That's a-okay. You don't worry about that. You don't let that add to your worry. You just allow more of a natural process to happen as you continue to seek your inspiration, as you continue to embody your strength and exude it in ways that is healthy and is stable for other people to witness as well. And just know that what is happening right now is you just moving through life with ease. Like you can really release the worry. You can really release the worry. It will be safe to do so, but only when you are ready for the growth to take place, because it will. It's happening. As you are watching this video, you have been divinely guided here for a reason. Welcome again, of course. And just know that the growth that is going on for you in November is actually very, it's very impertinent to the emotional growth that you're experiencing, and being able to find mental clarity. So I have one divine feather message for you for the month of November. You have Bluebird. You are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Yes, peaceful moments of meditation, of isolation, of inspiration, just being able to really enjoy yourself in solitude. I feel like this could be something, again, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but this could be something that you have had difficulty with, is like just not enjoying being alone. But in November, that's something that you will have a different perspective on. Number 15, your love for others is powerful, and you are able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious and social nature brings you in contact with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. I am wise, and that's absolutely gorgeous. Even though we were talking about the hermit mode, we cannot completely cut ourselves off from people. We are not an island, and we are not meant to be either. So you will be able to show and spread your wisdom with others as you continue to move yourself out of these restraints, out of these restrictions, You'll be able to know that you're actually much wiser than you give yourself credit for. This is going to bring you a lot of blessings, a lot of happiness and peace, being able to embrace your wisdom and your unique knowledge that you hold. Being able to value it as much as you would want another to value it as well, and just being able to share stories about how some times were tougher than others. Just sharing in general, being very open about your process it's going to give you a lot of peace of mind as well, to be able to share in this with others. At the bottom of the deck is 222. Trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions. I am balanced. I'm going to read this again because it's so important. Trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and action. I am balanced. So this month, really pay attention to the seeds that you have planted and what you're feeding them. What do you believe is possible? What do you want to happen? And how can you, be more independent to make that happen? Don't wait where you are. Well, let's take this message slowly. Do not wait in stagnant energy expecting to grow. That is a very specific message for someone, very specific message. But allow yourself this movement. Trust that you are moving in a balanced way, and feed yourself the positivity that you know needs to be a part of this growing process. That will also feed you a lot of the inspiration that is coming as well. And for the last few cards, I just wanted to pull a few messages from your inner child, because I feel like we will all be working with our inner child heavily this month in November. So let's see what these messages have to say for you. We have 1. I'm going to do 3, if that is possible. 2 and 3. Oh, well, you got an extra one. Bottom of the deck. In the past, you needed approval from others. Now you have learned how to validate yourself and be your own biggest fan by giving yourself more positive thoughts and love. More positive thoughts and love. Yeah, in the past, it was hard because you wanted other people to see you. You wanted to be understood. You wanted, you needed. You felt like you needed from others what they just could not produce. But now you have learned how to validate yourself. You are your biggest fan, and that's the way that it actually needs to be. In order for you to move out of the fear, out of the doubt, you have to be your biggest fan and know that you have someone rooting for you, even if you feel like your spirit communication isn't enough necessarily. Even if you feel as if you're not getting support in the 3D realm, know that you are your biggest fan, your biggest supporter, even when everyone else doesn't seem to appear to show up, even though sometimes that's not always true either. But we have a hard time viewing it as such. Just know that you are here and you are learning how to validate yourself in the month of November, and that it will be through positive thoughts and love. In the past, you were terrified and scared. Now you are safe and protected. November is bringing us all feelings of safety, peace, and protection, and that is no different for you. Pile number 2. In the past, you felt vulnerable and alone. Now you understand your emotions, the power in your thoughts, and the self-love needed not to feel alone. So you definitely could have felt drawn to pile number 1. Again, another card that is coming out as well. But now, you're not feeling so vulnerable. You're not feeling so unsafe. You're feeling very protected. You are learning your emotions a lot with this moon card here at the center. You are learning a lot about yourself emotionally, the power in your thoughts with the 8 and the 9 of swords, and the self-love that you need to not feel alone, because you're not. You're not alone. You're not walking alone. You're not in this alone. You have experienced a lot of things that you can share with other people if you feel so called to do, and know that you are not alone in certain situations. In the past, you felt disappointed. Now you show up for yourself and obtain your healthy desires, wants, and needs. Absolutely. Absolutely, you do that. You are showing up for yourself in November. You are giving yourself what you need, not just what you want, because I feel like the Tower moment also can show us we've been focusing maybe a lot on our wants, and that's why the foundation is not as steady or stable as we wanted it to, because now we need to feed ourselves some of the things that we need. In the past, you felt like you weren't enough. Now you understand that you are more than enough. You are truly gifted and unique. So really examining these things in the month of November is going to be super important, super pertinent to your growth, the growth that you're facing. You felt like you weren't enough, and now you understand that there's no such thing as not enough. You exist. You have a lot to offer emotionally, spiritually, mentally. You are very wise. And even if you had, none of those things to offer, your life would still be important, still be valuable, and you would still matter. You are truly gifted and unique. You're special. Pile number 2. And if no one has told you that, then Monty's Tarot Child is here to tell you that. And that in November, you will be receiving a lot of these good feelings from yourself through positive self-talk, positive thoughts, and a lot of self-love. Pile number 2, I really, really hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up because it would mean the world to me. And come back and let me know how your November went. I would be very, very curious and interested in knowing. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in another one. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Okay, so I just want to mention that your pile did not record at all, so I am re-recording it. You chose the beautiful smoky quartz. So I'm just going to try to go through as much of this the original recorded way as much as possible. And I have decided that I will be shuffling again your tarot cards on camera and everything. So the message may come out differently than I expected the first time, but I still wanted you, pile number 3, to receive a divine message for your November. So your overall focus for the month is happiness. I'm aware that being happy means that I am on the right path, and this is your focus. You are very, very focused on your happiness, your joy in the month of November. A lot of this is going to be coming through the vulnerability that you seek and share with other people. So for vulnerability, we have showing up, honesty, and communion. So being in communion with others, whether in person or virtually, spiritually or not, you will definitely be connecting with energies outside of yourself, harmonizing in energies outside of yourself. And even if your relationships don't feel as if, that they have this level of vulnerability or depth just yet, again, this is something that you are absolutely evolving into in November because purely of the focus that you have. I feel as if you're gonna be realizing a lot this month that your happiness is around vulnerability, being able to go deeply with people on a very deep spiritual level, an alchemical kind of thing as well, where you have these two energies that appear different on the surface level, which is you and other people, but there's still like this harmonizing energy that makes these relationships click and flow. And that is a lot of what is going on for you in the month of November. You also have the air element here, mind, ideas, and the descendant. So this is all about the thoughts that you're having in privacy. I feel as if this is like just a lot of stimulating ideas that you have coming to you divinely as well. We talked a lot about your third eye chakra, which is also here represented in the oracle as well. A lot of thoughts, a lot of quick ideas, a lot of creative ideas, things that you could be very excited to pursue, things that are going to help you grow your happiness. And we also touched on the fennel here. I want to make sure I'm not going too quickly because Yes, I've already done this. But I do also want to mention the fennel here. This is the essential oil oracle that we have. The trigger statement, it says, "It is not my fault." The true statement, "I take full responsibility." The key word is discern. And it says, "Shift into your body and listen. Release the emotions you have been storing and move forward." So I think a lot of the things, a lot of the thoughts, a lot of the ideas that are coming into your mind this month is in regards to the things that you can release. You're going to be spending, even though a lot of time in communion with others spiritually, but also a lot of time alone, a lot of hermit mode is what this feels like. Just being able to check back in with yourself, to be able to take inventory and also accountability of the emotions and the thoughts that you're having this month. Because if it does not feed your happiness, if it does not help you to elevate more into your happiness, then it is something that is meant to be released. It is not meant to be carried or held on to. So in the third eye chakra here, we also have mindfulness. So a lot of getting in touch with your thoughts, a lot of mindfulness. Is this true, is what I'm hearing? Is this the positivity that I'm meant to be feeding myself? Does this feed my happiness? If it does not, again, considering the next steps of release. But we have in the third eye chakra, "I am aware of my thoughts and I ask myself, are they uplifting?" See, this is how I know it's divine, because I don't even remember reading this. But are they uplifting and are they true? I do this because I know that my thoughts significantly affect my mental, emotional, and physical health, and because I know that my body believes everything that I believe. I am not in control of all situations that come my way, nor am I in control of what others do and say. However, I do have free will as to how I respond. I choose to respond to all situations from an enlightened position rather than just reacting. And that is a lot of what is coming in the vulnerability for you as well. A lot of less reactive actions and more of a reflective kind of energy as well. Being able to communicate with people on a different level. Maybe it goes beyond words, where you just know what it is that they're trying to say and vice versa. Again, a spiritual kind of language. Again, the things that make you very happy. This feels as if you're coming into connection with a lot of alignment, a lot of aligning energies, that these people who you are able to be open up to and vulnerable with in the month of November are also going through their own sense of mindfulness and awakening. So that is why you're able to communicate so clearly, is because you're tapping into this otherworldly kind of knowledge, and they in turn understand it as well. You could come from two completely different backgrounds, and still be able to discern and understand what it is that you're going through and how it's similar to what it is that other people are going through as well, and how you can build communion along that. This feels as if, just a bond made from reflection, from happiness, from understanding as well, but also just connected to your own self and really being aware again of your thoughts and your beliefs. Because it says, I know that my body believes everything that I believe. And that is a very strong, feeling to have, especially if maybe you've had a harder time on focusing on happiness, and so you believe the vice versa of whatever has been out there is what you are, is what you experience. So really just taking a more reflective look inwardly and externally too, to the point to know that you are safe, that you are on the right path, and that it's safe to be happy in this moment. It's safe to feel secure because you are secure. A lot of things are going to be coming to you mentally. So I also think I mentioned having a journal nearby, being able to write these things down, really being able to be as vulnerable with yourself in written form as you are in silent communication, and even with communication with other people. I feel like even journaling helps you to look back on your thoughts, to be more aware of how your thoughts have affected you thus far, and how you can sometimes shift things in in the way that you think about things and the way that you believe in things as well. So a lot of different ideas, a lot of different mindset habits that are being released and being reflected on and acted upon as well. With the turkey energy here, we have honor your own time of harvest, offer your gifts and blessings as service to the greater good. So again, this is this healing that you have within your mind, within your mental space, goes beyond just you. It goes beyond just you this month. It is a gift that you are uncovering this November. Even if it's a gift that you are aware of, you're going to be able to offer it more to others as you view it as the divine blessing that it is, as you view it as the service that is meant to be provided, and for others to be able to, again, recognize you in a spiritual aspect. So I do want to, again, mention that I shuffled the tarot on camera at first for the first recording, and so now I'm just going to do that again as all of these cards are falling out. We had the Ten of Pentacles fall out, and it looks like the Knight of Pentacles, but quite a few. We're going to shuffle again anyway. But yes, so your November, again, focus purely on your mindfulness, on your happiness, on your emotional stability, and how you can share in that with others, how you are going to be able to trust others, I feel like, again, this month. And that's difficult to say because maybe your mistrust of others is a bit more subconscious than anything else. Four of Pentacles, especially when it comes to money, it's like you want to be secure. It is a kind of a no-nonsense thing for you. You know that happiness does not stem from security. You know this is something that you want to continue to work on, is knowing that you are not going to find happiness outside of yourself. You're just going to be able to share in happiness with others. So focusing on your stability in a different way, I feel like in the month of November, knowing that your stability provides opportunities, but again, does not provide happiness necessarily. We have the Page. It looks like the Page of Cups, but it is in reverse, and we are looking at the vice versa tarot. So the back of the Page of Cups, you can see, is depicted with a turtle in the water here. And it's nighttime. The situation does not necessarily look gleeful. It is just a more of a serene, a quiet, what's the word? Solitude type of environment that the Page is in right now, and that it looks like. And so this is, again, possibly what you are feeling in November is like, I don't know how to connect with others. I don't know how to do that in a way where I feel safe, where I feel secure. These are literally flying out for you. And I'm going to actually keep the two that fell on the floor because it goes along with this story that I am seeing very well. It's the Eight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. You want to be in communion with others. I don't feel like anyone really ever wants to be alone. They just don't know how to be in communion with others in a healthy way where they are not giving too much, but where they're also not holding themselves back. And this is something that you are absolutely trying to figure out, is also where you're holding yourself back in general with the Eight of Swords here, but especially in regards to learning yourself emotionally, to being in vulnerable situations with others. Again, a level of mistrust as well. Sometimes with this Page of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Swords, it's like, I'd rather stay here. I'd rather be blindfolded and stay here because I know what this is. I am very aware of the pain in my shoulders from being bound too tight, but I don't know what's going over here in this Page of Cups situation. It makes me kind of not interested, but then you are interested because you know that there is something that you're meant to share with other people. Again, in the Six of Pentacles, these ideas, these enlightened thoughts, these enlightened feelings are meant to be heard and shared with other people. Again, very intimate situations that you are not used to. You're not used to being in closeness. You're used to being in solitude. Here's what it feels like. And in the month of November, especially with it being Scorpio season, just looking to face those fears. To face those fears, especially in the mental capacity. Again, because you are moving away from these thoughts that no longer serve you, that keep you isolated, that keep you unable to connect and communicate with others. Yes, that's really what it feels like, as well as like communication is changing. We have the Ten of Cups, which I've never seen in this deck. That's the back side. This is the front side, the Ten of Cups. So absolutely beautiful, because this is something that you actually will be facing. Pile number 3 is the knowing that everyone's not the same. You yourself are not the same person that you were. We have 666, which is not the number that you think it is. It is actually an angel number to remind you that you have somehow forgotten who you were. You have forgotten who you were. In the past, you could have been very relational with others, especially because the Six of Cups talks all about the past. This is a very this is feeling more aligned than it did the first time, and I really actually love that. We had the Fool at the bottom of the deck right here, and this is the back version, and then we also have the Page of Pentacles on the other side as well, and still again facing the back. So this is a new journey that you are beginning, that you are taking on. In November is a level of confidence in regards to, relations. It could be relationships. It could be in regards to your family, like being willing more to stand out in your family, to communicate more, and amongst family members, because we do have the Six of Cups, and that can represent that. Again, so many sixes. So I'm not surprised if you see that a lot this month. And if you do, just being aware that there is some part of your identity that you're not fully embracing in that moment. And that there's a cover. It also feels like you're covered in one identity, and how you show up, maybe very kind of, to yourself, non-talkative. But in the past, this was not always like you. You were very quick to smile and greet a stranger, quite possibly, and just being a face, a very friendly face for other people. So again, something that's standing out for November is really going back to the root of your nature, really learning about, what has held you back emotionally, what has kept you from wanting to grow emotionally, from wanting to go deeply, because that is where your happiness is surrounded. It's like you really used to enjoy being that person. People enjoyed you being that person. And this could be a very significant situation that has, made you feel this way. It could be miscommunication with others, misunderstanding with all the swords here. And with the Page of Cups in reverse, just not a knowledge of what you were trying to say, just not being received by others, and vice versa. So just a mistrust of not even wanting to communicate with others or deal with others in general. Again, just looking at the fact that it's not your fault. There is no fault or blame. Just understanding that you have a responsibility to learn yourself. You have a responsibility as a person who, is in this world, and experiences it. It is all of our responsibility to know ourselves, to want to learn ourselves. And this is something that you'll be facing for November. But it doesn't feel difficult. It doesn't feel hard. It feels like you want this, especially with the happiness here. You want This is what you're seeking. And so this is Spirit's answer. This is them saying, yes, this new beginning that you feel, that you sense, but you don't necessarily see it yet. Like wanting to be a part of more projects, wanting to be a part of more building of something, building of a foundation of something, wanting to give more to others of yourself, of your energy, of your gifts. That will be calling to you this November. And maybe it will come with a little bit of discomfort, because again, we'll realize, oh, well, I'm somewhere where I said I didn't want to be, or I'm doing something I said I didn't want to do. But just forgiving yourself for whatever it is that you feel is unaligned, is misaligned within yourself, and to dig deeper and realize everything was for a reason. All the experiences that you have had is for a reason. There's nothing that you should or there's nothing that you want or should want to go back and change, because it has made you exactly who you are today. You have found strength in your solitude, I feel like. It's just something that you don't need to focus on any longer. Okay, so we had the number 26 pop out and the angel number. And I don't know if it was you or if it was another group, but this did come out, so that is exciting. You have a desire to succeed and will feel most accomplished when your work benefits others. Your intuitive awareness of what people want allows you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. I am tactful. Absolutely. So in November, again, this is a calling. You're being called. You have this desire to succeed, and you will. You will feel very accomplished when you start to involve other people, when you start to connect with other people. This is something you've been intuitively called to. Again, with all this purple here, with the third eye chakra, this is something that is not, this is not a message that feels unfamiliar to you. You are aware. You are aware. Your intuitive awareness of what people want allows you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. So in order to do this, you must move away from the things that you know are holding you back. And it is your possibly lack of willingness to communicate, but also fear. Also fear. We also have the 6, and that breaks down to an 8, the 2 and the 6, and this is 8 as well. Your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. And oh wow, I'm reading this completely wrong. Pile number 3. Let me slow down. Your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. 8 representing the ebb and flow, the infinite loop of creation. And at the bottom it says, I am successful. And that is exactly how you will be feeling in November. Very successful, very accomplished with yourself, in the spiritual and the material aspect, even in your mental capacity. Just knowing I'm successful and moving away from what is holding me back, from what is keeping me from my depth, from my happiness. If there's anything that could possibly keep you from it, because I feel like you are on a path. You are definitely focused on the ebb and the flow of your abundance, of your prosperity, of your emotional stability, and nothing can really get in your way. There's things here to assist you, to guide you, in order for you to accomplish your goals. At the bottom of the deck, you have number 16. You have an inquisitive mind that allows you to uncover important truth. You have a special ability to read into other people's feelings, a wisdom seeker, and your angels ask to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. Wow. So you're a wisdom seeker, and your angels ask you to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. I am perceptive. You are a very perceptive being. You pick up on things. You pick up on the subtle differences in people and their language and their, and their behaviors and mannerisms, you can feel out people's needs before they can of themselves sometimes, which makes it a little even more confusing for you as to why the Page of Cups is in reverse, because it's like, I want to do this for myself. Like, I want to be able to discern me and know me, and that is absolutely something that is coming for you in November. Again, with you even being able to share in this with others. This is a gift that you have, your perception. It is going to make you very successful in your goals, because you will be able to perceive the steps before you even need to make them, is also what I'm feeling like. So this month we are working with our inner child. I have a deck here that I'm going to be shuffling to receive some messages from your inner child and what will be the focus for your inner child this month. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I feel like a large way that you are, again, connecting into your happiness is through the material as well. Maybe not feeling so closed off materially as well. So sometimes the Four of Pentacles can be like an over focus on your stability, like being so rigid that nothing moves. But with it being next to the Six of Pentacles, I feel like this is not just for your gain, it's for the gain of others. Like your worry around financials was because you wanted to be able to take care of other people. Again, there's something that is ingrained in you. But there is no need to worry. Again, as long as you are focusing on your happiness, your stability will grow. Your stability will grow. Okay, so for the first one we have, in the past you felt parentified. Let me make sure. Oh, okay. In the past, you felt parentified and in the caretaker role. Now you are able to experience moments of fun, play, joy, laughter, and stillness. Wow. So as a child, you were the adult. That's how you were being able to, be so focused on other people's needs, is because you have done it all of your life. And I did feel a lot of family energy here within the Six of Cups. Again, you used to be a very joyful, you didn't get to focus on the joy and the playfulness and the feelings of being a child, having to take care of other people. So you could have had younger siblings that you had to take care of, or just, the caretaker themselves. You were more of an adult. You thought more like an adult than your caretaker actually did. So now this month is just your happiness. It's just focusing on the things that make you laugh, the things that make you feel silly, but again, make you also connect to that part of you who you thought that you lost. In November, it is coming up for you again to be able to focus on the good that is flowing through your life. In the past, you weren't given enough attention. Now you understand that outside approval and validation is temporary and not long-lasting. No one's attention feels better than your own. This is absolutely something that you have learned, that you are able to give of yourself everything that you were expecting from another, from a caretaker, from someone who, you would expect to get attention and validation from, but you didn't. And that any other form of validation was just not long-lasting. It was not long-lasting. Again, this is why you have built a lot for yourself with the Four of Pentacles, and you don't want that. You don't want that hindered or messed with. You're very focused on, again, stability. You don't want anything to change necessarily around you. Which we could also touch on too, but you understand that no one was supposed to feed you that validation that was supposed to fill you up. You, again, have to do it for yourself. This is something that you may even tell other people when you see them in other situations. Of course, being able to quickly give them that advice is like, you know, it doesn't matter what so-and-so said. You are valid in your own right. And this is something that your inner child in the month of November wants you to look in the mirror and repeat to yourself. I am valid all by myself. I validate me, and it is the most fulfilling thing that I can experience in my life. Just different kinds of affirmations that you may be able to come up with in order to tell yourself that your validation is literally the only thing that you need, because everything else wears off like a temporary tattoo. So in the past, you felt insecure. Now you understand your worth, your value, and your uniqueness. That's why it's being not necessarily easy. That's why this is evolving in your life the way that it is because now you understand that you do deserve to move behind these mental barriers. You do deserve to be in communion with others. You didn't necessarily feel unique enough to stand out in a very in-depth conversation. You didn't know your value, so you didn't know how to bring it to a conversation, to a connection. Even when others saw you as valuable, even when others saw you as unique, it was like you weren't actually looking in the mirror at yourself. You were looking at a past identity, a false identity as well. At the bottom of the deck, you felt ignored in the past. Now you give yourself all the self-love and attention that you need. That is exactly what you're doing this month. Again, this is things that have been built up for some time now, which is why we're all working with our inner child, is to really look deeply at what has been built up within us mentally, emotionally, and where do we feel the most secure? Where do we believe that security stems from? This Four of Pentacles continues to just stand out to me. So a lot of you could have also had like a financially difficult childhood as well, where you witnessed someone either be very frivolous or very, very tight with their money, and that in turn made you very, very tight with your money as well, being concerned about financial things, not necessarily getting to the depth of emotional, because you were, again, worried about that bag, wanting to take care of others with said bag, wanting to take care of family, wanting to take care of friends, wanting other people around you to not feel as financially insecure as you did. And now there is almost like a level of emotional insecurity that you are facing and looking to challenge and heal in the month of November. And that is by focusing on your happiness, discerning what is yours and what needs to be released, and focusing on the mindfulness that you carry in your day-to-day. Pile number 3. I think that was everything. I really do hope that this message is received very well for you. I know that I had to re-record it, but this feels, just as perfect as the first one that I did record for you, and it was absolutely worth it for me to make sure that I recorded it again for you. But I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It would mean the world to me, and I will see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading, your November pick a card prediction. You chose the beautiful tumbled rose quartz, one of my absolute favorites. I'm going to just put it to the side, and before we get into the cards, I am going to pull some angel numbers, initial letters, and zodiac signs that may be important to you in the month of November. Just going to make sure that they are all shuffled up nicely. Yep. Okay, some of those came out for you, so I'm going to just do these two. Okay, so you could be a Pisces, know a Pisces, or have it heavily in your natal charts. Same with Sagittarius, and same with Aquarius. Wow, we have some nice big energy coming out for you in the zodiac area. So Pisces, Aquarius, Sagittarius. The initial T, the initial D, and the initial L could be important to you as well in November. So looking at your overall energy of the month of November for you, you have envy. This is going to be interesting. Okay. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Okay. And I feel like there may be a strong connection as to why you chose the rose quartz. You may be being very called to use rose quartz more in order to help these, more rough emotions and feelings that you've been sensing or will be sensing in the month of November. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. I think one thing that is coming up really big right here is that, everyone's challenges is a challenge. Like, just because, someone's struggle is different than yours does not invalidate their struggle, and it does not invalidate yours. You are the same as everybody. The challenges may look different, but we are, all struggling to survive and to exist on this plane together. So any feelings of doubt or fear or things that show up also very closely to envy is just really something that is screaming for you to honor yourself this month, is what I'm feeling like. To really recognize your challenges, to affirm yourself, and know that, as the card says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Again, not to invalidate anything that you're going through, and also never to invalidate what someone else is going through, because we don't know the full story. Even if we have part of the story, we rarely have the full story. So definitely a big thing that is coming up as a theme for you in November, and something that we're going to get even more into, because I want to be very clear about how this envy, how this emotion is showing up for you. We have freedom. Wow. Revolution, renewal, independence. I love that. I absolutely love that. And we also have the unknown. Void, quest, calling. Wow. So we have the North Node energy here, and also Uranus, I believe. Uranus energy as well. So, wow. It's literally like you're being set free from these emotions in the month of November. It's like something within you clicks, something within you snaps, and you are actually ready to face the unknown. You're actually ready to face your calling. And so as these challenges begin to fall away in the void holds nothing. So the challenges, the struggles, even the happiness and the excitement, we are in the middle of it all. And this is where a lot of your freedom will be faced in the month of November. Just feeling free to let it go. To embrace the renewal of your energy, to really close out a cycle and embrace just this new independence within yourself. And around, I feel like this has a lot to do with like just personal relationships. So not necessarily in regards to work, but just like a personal quest to want to be better to the people around you, but also better to yourself. And this has a lot to do with your destiny, your purpose, and the North Node. Just really leaving what is comfortable in the South Node and facing our North Node to embrace our purpose, essentially. And your purpose is freedom, even if it looks unknown, mysterious, and way too open and maybe way too vague. In November, it is going to feel a lot better than that small cage that you've been coming from, and you are ready to just keep on, just keep moving and keep exploring and keep knowing to understand is also something that may be coming up for you in November. Just embracing what is unknown, but trying to really grasp what you can still figure out, which you can still get to know, right? Which is a lot of yourself. That's how even the envy, or envious feelings fall away as well. It's like you start to know your worth. You start to find yourself in the midst of this renewal and the shedding, and you become even more independent than the thoughts that you had, knowing that you are unique, you are special. Everyone is special and unique, and we all have something different to offer, and it does not look exactly the same, even if it was trying to be replicated. So really embracing that this month is definitely something that is huge for you. I'm pretty sure this is a moth, and a moth is just, as the butterfly, just a very symbolic of change, embracing change. And this is definitely going to be a time of shedding for you, especially in your quest to get to know yourself more, to embrace more freedom in your life, less restriction, all of those things. So a lot of transitions are happening for you this month. And I do want to take a look at the Chakra Wisdom Oracle and see which chakra is being highlighted for you in November. You have the second chakra, or your sacral chakra, and it is, I am a mentor, not a rescuer. And I know you felt that. I know you felt it. I avoid continually sacrificing my own happiness for others by rescuing and enabling them, as doing this may hinder personal growth for both of us. I choose not to be a martyr. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I do not assume that everyone wants my opinions and solutions to their life challenges, and if I am in doubt, I will ask them. I take responsibility for my own happiness. So much orange, so much sacral and root, even a little bit of solar plexus chakra as well, that you are dealing with. So definitely your lower half chakras, definitely working on grounding yourself, centering yourself, working on, what brings you pleasure, sensuality as well. But you are, in this month, you are continuously avoiding trying to sacrifice your own happiness. And it may sound harsh to some, but some people are just more used to sacrificing themselves without knowing what the damage is costing them. And so now you are focusing on your happiness. You absolutely, can be a mentor. You can help someone in the midst of their challenge only if they ask, or only if, you have this mutual conversation and that is what they are seeking you for. But some people, they just honestly need a sounding board, a listening board. So just realizing, again, I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. I'm going to face my challenges. I'm going to help someone, maybe face theirs, but only if, they actually want it. They actually are ready for that message. Some people just aren't ready for it. And a long time ago, I'm sure you didn't think you were ready for it either, back when you were still in this mental cage, in this barrier. You didn't think that you were ready to hear the message either. But lo and behold, you are ready to embrace your freedom. You are ready to embrace the unknown. Again, many people are not up for that. They're not up for the challenge just yet, and we can't make them be. So I am a mentor, not a rescuer. All month long is going to be a message that is heavily important for you, especially when focusing on your own freedom and your own calling. So you also have a Copaiba. I think I butchered it. But the key word is worthy. Trigger statement, I am ashamed. True statement, I am cherished. Wow. There are connections to ancestral and childhood memories that are ready to be healed. Allow divine light to shine within. This feels very pointed for you. Very poignant, a very poignant message, as my wife likes to say. Ancestral and childhood memories are being healed in the month of November. It's the envy, with it being at the center, it feels a lot like familial. Like there can be a lot of jealousy ties within a family connection and a family group, because we come from the same place, we come from the same blood, but we, aren't always equally yoked. And that's because we don't see it within ourselves. we don't see it within ourselves, so we cannot, be able to embrace it with our most close connections sometimes. But there are things, memories that are ready to be healed, situations that are ready to be released because they no longer fit you, they no longer suit you. Allow divine light to shine within. Deep, deep, deep shadow work for November for you. And I don't think many people got this message. So this could be something that you're already doing, something that you're already looking at, a part of as this shedding is occurring. You're getting even more deeply into shadow work, like inner child journaling, which we do have the inner child oracle for us to pull later on in the reading. But also just like a lot of connecting with your higher self. And not necessarily focusing so much on the external tension, but being very aware of it and knowing how it is has shaped you in the past, quite possibly, but also how you are growing past it currently as well. Keeping a very open perspective on the challenges in your life, why they are there, what they are there to show you, to teach you. And again, at the core of it all, releasing any kind of shame that you have for being who you are, and knowing that you are cherished. I can say it. You are cherished, and even by the spirits who are no longer in physical bodies here on this realm, you have people rooting for you and cheering you on. They are proud of you for embracing your freedom and for facing the unknown. They are very proud of you, and you are very worthy of this kind of spiritual recognition and confirmation. So I'm going to just get right into the tarot. At the bottom of the deck, after shuffling for you off camera, we had the Knight of Swords, but very much so in the action state. Sometimes it looks like this in a more gloomy kind of way. But this time we are looking at, and this is embodying you, we are looking at you take charge, take flight, however you want to describe it based on the pictures. But this is definitely an energy that is coming through strongly for you, especially as you, again, are embracing more of that freedom-like energy in your life. And this is freedom of routine. This is freedom of thought. This is freedom of, even if you like freedom of eating, I'm going to treat myself type of situation. This is definitely more of what you're trying to embrace. So I do want to point out Ace of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. This came out as well for another group, so you may be called to more than one, but this one is coming out in reverse. And I feel like because you have, again, had a hard time, just a challenging time with embracing what is naturally meant to make you happy. It is felt unclear as to how to do that without coming off as boastful or buoyant, but it's a delicate process that you've been trying to learn, especially with the moon popping out here emotionally. Wow, popping out, honey. Let me just fix this first. I'm making a mess. This is something that has been difficult for you to learn how to do. Five of Pentacles at the bottom of all of that is a bit of a material strife, just not, again, around worthiness, not feeling worthy to embrace your happiness, maybe not feeling financially secure enough to embrace. Some things do make us feel happy materially, so not feeling secure enough in that, quite possibly. But we're going to keep on looking at this energy. Why is the Ace of Cups in reverse, please, Spirit? Okay. And so this is the Four of Swords, and it came out kind of sideways. So definitely your resting capabilities can be enhanced. I'm going to leave it upright. Your resting capabilities could be enhanced. It could be improved upon. This looks as if, a lot of you have been just having a hard time staying awake, maybe in the midst of doing things. This person, this is, Vice Versa Tarot, which is becoming slowly one of my favorites again. This is the front view. of the Four of Swords, and in the back we don't even get a chance to see that this person has a fire burning and they have fallen asleep. They have literally fallen asleep. So it's kind of like you're needing some rest. You're really needing some rest in order to rebalance yourself, to like restructure yourself, with the Four of Swords here at the bottom of the deck as well. Lots of fours. Could be saying 444. But the Four of Swords is saying you need some rest, and it doesn't have to be at the very last moment. It doesn't have to be when you're completely exhausted and, you know, physically unaware, incapable to be aware of what's going on around you. So November, being very intentional about your rest. Again, something that may not be highlighted in a family unit or, you know, encouraged by others around you, but it's something that definitely you just know that rest helps you in the creation process. Again, Six of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Tower in reverse as well. So a lot of energy on pause for you in November. Again, it feels like it's like a lot of external energy on pause. It's all while you do the shadow work, though. It's all while you do the shadow work and focus on why this Ace of Cups is in reverse. We can't possibly give back to our community, give back to our family, our loved ones, if we ourselves are not situated. Again, falling asleep at the wheel. Again, a dangerous saying, but something that is very much so depicted here in the Four of Swords. Falling asleep at the wheel, not feeling fulfilled, not being able to provide or to follow through with our accomplishments because we just don't have the energy to. And it's a transformation, a transition that we may be fighting with the Tower in reverse. The Tower is something we cannot control. We cannot control it. The best way is to embrace it, is to take that nap while things feel like they're burning. They're not quite here yet, but they feel like they're burning and fires need to be put out ASAP. And it's like, well, maybe I can reevaluate what fires need to be put out and what conversations can just be held off on, because I'm fucking exhausted is what it is. Pile number 4. So just really being aware of how much you can give, how much you need to give. Oof. Because sometimes it's too much, like the cards. Four of Wands. Again, you could be seeing a lot of 444s, a lot. But sometimes it's just too much. It's just too much. And that's why you feel as if, you know, everything's all out of whack. It's like you're looking at everyone's challenges as your challenges. You have to take on everyone's challenges in order you know, to be fulfilled. 9 of Swords and the 6 of Cups at this angle, which I always point this person out in the corner, hating on them. So this could absolutely be you when you're not getting a good night's sleep. This is dark outside, and this person's out here checking on them when they should just be in the house getting some rest, getting some sleep. So this is absolutely you. You're just going to be focused on how can I, you know, maximize, you know, my energy. How can I maximize my energy? Resting. Resting is the key. And really focusing on what it is that you need. What you need, not what you want. The Tower is something that we need. It's not necessarily something we want. And then, of course, the Ace of Swords is falling out for you. We also have the Strength. So beautiful. The Strength card at the bottom of the deck. And at the bottom of the deck, we have, is this the Queen? The Queen of Cups from the reversal side. Wow, sitting around all of her sea and bounty. But the Strength card is the bottom of the deck, meaning that this is something that you will be persevering through regardless in November. Regardless, it's something that will not hinder you or stop you. Is you will find your rest, and you then will find your clarity and your peace of mind. And just knowing that, you know, when you not catch up, because you can't catch up on sleep, you just receive it. But when you get the rest that you need, then you can take care of all the other things. Then you can feel more prepared for the tower moments that happen in your life. Then you find your strength. Until then, you're filled up with a whole bunch of mixed emotions, a lot of, you know, just inaction, a lot of I want to help but I can't. And that's not the life that you're meant to live in. And you know this with the North Node here. You know that it's something greater that you're being called towards. And you're embracing it. Absolutely. And it starts with rest. It does. It really does. And I don't know if you believe me. I don't know if you're taking this message as it is meant to be given. But that's really what Spirit is looking for from you, is to take a moment, many moments if you need to, of resting. And it doesn't have to be full on closing your eyes, but it does have to be intentional. You have to be intentional about it. So I do want to get into your divine feather message for November. You have the crow. Universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. Absolutely. Especially with this Ace of Swords here, it's literally being revealed to you. New clarity on what it is that you need to do. Next steps. Next, yeah, just your decision. Making a decision is what it feels like in the Ace of Swords. And it's because you are receiving this information cosmically. Universal law. Things are balancing out. So even when a tower feels chaotic, feels unprompted and unplanned, kind of, it's like, no, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. There's no need to fight it. This is literally Spirit's way of clearing space for you, making space for you. You got to be effing kidding me. You guys, it just fell out. It just fell out. And you are group number 4, which I didn't realize until I started saying it more. Okay, so here we are, 444. Trust your journey. Trust the way your life unfolds. And trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. You are protected. Wow. Wow, trust your journey, pile number 4, because it couldn't get any more clear than this for November. You are absolutely headed in the right direction as long as you continue to clear your emotional state. Fight the urge to always be and provide for others, and just make sure that what it is that you're doing is what you need to be doing in that moment. Again, you are a mentor, not a rescuer. So if you feel as if you are in fight or flight mode trying to rescue somebody, then you know that this is a situation that you can inevitably release. Maybe you're not releasing the person, but the situation is absolutely out of your control. What you can focus on is your own tower moments, the things that are going on in your own life, and preparing for those, because you know either way you are protected. You are absolutely protected, and you're 100% being guided in this moment. At the bottom of the deck is 77. It is time to move on from the old patterns, habits, and fears, baby. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions. Now is the time to be bold and brave. You are brave. You are brave. And I love how Spirit is communicating to you so directly through this. And even if you were worried a little bit about the envy situation coming up here, just knowing that you're protected and knowing that this is something that you are shedding, that you are moving away from. If you feel like you're being called to something, you are being moved away from something else. So now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions, because you're protected. If you don't think that you can do it, think again. And then ask yourself, well, why did I think that in the first place? Sometimes it goes much deeper than you even expected. And so for the last few oracle I wanted to get a message from your inner child, because I feel like we will all be working closely with our inner child this month, November specifically, especially with the holiday season coming up and spending time with family. It really does trigger that inner child out. So let's see what, that's one. Oh, and 2 and 3. I think I'm going to just take those. Perfect. In the past, you felt bullied and scared. Dang, y'all. Now you are able to stand up for yourself and create safe boundaries. Wow. This is why I wanted to pull this deck out for us, especially. It's because it's like we're dealing with a lot, and it's not just present day stuff. It's stuff that has happened in the past that's still with us, sitting with us energetically. And so this is really just affirming to you that this is how you used to feel, but now you're creating, safe boundaries. You're putting them up. You're able to stand up for yourself. And that's really important, especially in regards to the things that you need, like resting, like recovery time for certain things, just to recover from situations that happen in your life, just things you need. What you need, what you need. So, standing up for that and not feeling shame around it either. In the past, you were In the past, you were emotionally hurt. Now you understand it wasn't your issue or problem at the time. Yeah, people lash out, people do things, people say things, and that's not to give them a pass. It's not to explain it away. It's to say that it was not your problem, it was not your issue at the time, but you were still hurt. Very much so, being clear about that part. And understanding now that, these boundaries are nice and strong just for that reason. In the past, you witnessed anger and rage. You guys, now you can regulate your emotions and openly communicate your thoughts and feelings. Like, almost brought me to tears, and I won't do it today. But now you can regulate your emotions and openly communicate your thoughts and feelings. This is the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Swords upright. Absolutely. Because yes, your emotions still feel unknown, mysterious, overwhelming at times, especially if it comes to like joy. Not knowing where to categorize joy because we felt so much of all the other stuff. It's like, I don't know what the hell to do with this, but I mean, it's nice. I feel a bit overwhelmed sometimes. And even the emotional things that we are still trying to heal, you are learning to regulate in the month of November. It is coming to you more naturally as you continue to release the things that you have witnessed and release the things that you have experienced. In the past, you felt insecure. Now you understand your worth, your value, and your uniqueness. Wow. So that's what this Ace of Cups is trying to bring in. That's what this Tower moment is trying to clear out. The Tower is trying to clear out the insecurities that don't fit you, that don't identify who you really are, that don't show you your true strengths at the bottom of the deck. And the Ace of Cups is trying to bring into you your worthiness, your value, and your uniqueness for you to see. And it's not for it to flex on others. It's not to say, ooh, look, I cleared out all this envy, this hateration, and, I'm better than ever. It is for you. It is your understanding of your own self, your own worth. And that is absolutely what is coming into you with the Ace of Swords here. Just clarity, a lot of clarity on what you need, what you deserve, and who you are. Pile number 4. Wow, this was a powerful reading. You guys are very powerful. This month is going to be powerful. That's really the only word I have with that 444 coming out. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in another reading. Peace.